ultimate monthly budget template brought to you by templateshop.net. Let's see how powerful this template is. Going through a quick walkthrough of the features, we begin with a summary of the various features, important things which need to be highlighted, an explanation of the various sheets which include the input data, transactions, monthly budget, etc. We will see these in detail in a moment. Changing of the themes to customize it to your preferences and liking, as well as changing the currency to your preference. We look at the input data, the tab regarding regular transactions or daily transactions, your monthly budget, including graphs, your calendar, which ensures that you have a visual indication of the upcoming expenses and just so that you don't miss any, sinking funds, and the debt calculator. Let's look at one by one. Where select the start date. I would say maybe the 1st of January 23. We have under various tabs or various tables the savings, bills, expenses, and debt clearly classified. The school investments or emergency savings, retirement savings, so on and so forth. The deadline is important because this is something which will reflect in the calendar. Moving on, we see the transactions. These are pre-populated so that you have a fair idea about the various things you can expect. Let me for a moment look at deleting these entries, and maybe I say on 1st of January, $100 for internet, the internet bundle. On the 2nd of January, maybe $75 for TV subscription, Netflix. On maybe the 3rd, let's figure out what type of expense did we incur. These are all hypothetical. So electricity, maybe $175. On the 3rd itself, we additionally have something, say for example, shopping, $200 at the mall. We now realize that the total that we have spent from the 1st till 3rd of January adds up to $550. Not just this, we have provided you with drop downs, so it's easy for the user to just click rather than type them every month on month. In case you have something additional to input, you can of course edit it and include an additional category by clicking the edit button. Moving on, we get into the monthly budget, a very high level overview which talks about the income. Income comes in from your main job salary, side job, other income. The $7,750 comes in from this particular cell. $550, we just realized that it comes in from what we have just populated, comes in from the tab of transactions. Needless to say, $7,750 less $550 is $7,200 is the amount left. Need classification for income, savings, debt, the bills, the expenses, spending overview, and budget category. Let us look at the significance of the graphs where, say for example, under the debt, let me make a few drastic changes so you are able to figure out the changes. Keep an eye on the graph. So I changed the $100 to maybe $1,000. You see how the graph changes and brings in light the impact of the additional debt planned. The similar way, bills, the TV subscription, maybe I am not subscribing to television, so I drop it. Immediately the bills reduce over here. We have something in terms of actuals versus income as a donut chart as well as a pie chart. Let me increase the actual spending drastically so that we are able to appreciate how it changes. So $2,200, let me make it 2,000, and we see how the graphs change, giving us an overall idea about the percentages that we look at in terms of income versus actuals and budget category. My calendar, of course, is a visual indication of the upcoming expenses and the payments. On 5th, assuming we have the electricity. So it's a visual indication. I've just paid the electricity bill. I click, it's chucked off. A visual indication again that I need not be bothered about it again. Sinking funds. A total of $27,800 for sinking fund. How do they add up? The various things which we look over here, and all these of course are customizable. So the goal over here, the saved versus left sinking fund overview, gives a total highlight over here. So say for example we look at furniture and I put $20,000 for the furniture. Do you see how it impacts the overall sinking funds overview? In a similar manner, the vacation sinking fund amount 300, I just delete it, assuming, and move on. The graph changes. It gives a very high level overview of the contributions of the sinking fund to the overall things in terms of the expenses. Last but not least, let's look at the debt calculator, where we put in the starting date and the various debt which we have at the moment, the interest rate, minimum payment, and such that when are we likely to have a debt-free date. Where do these come in from? They come in from very simple but very detailed calculations, all of which, as we see, are customizable and showing you the total debts balance. For this, as well as many other interesting templates, you can buy this from the templateshop.net.